Hey guys, it is Michelle, and I am here with 3 mini book discussions because I have finished 3 more books. First up, I read from NetGalley an advanced reader's copy digitally of What You Left Behind by Jessica Verity, and this book came on my radar back in 2014, and it was on my most anticipated for 2015. It is a YA contemporary, and it follows a male protagonist, and he and his girlfriend ended up getting her pregnant, and the problem is she had cancer, and she has to discontinue her cancer treatment in order to protect the baby, but the cancer takes over her body in the process, and so Ryden is all of a sudden a single dad entering his final year of high school. I loved how this did not paint single parenthood as easy and fun. It painted it as messy. The characters were messy. They were not perfect. I love the dynamic between Ryden and his mother, who was also a single parent. It explored all kinds of themes, but the best thing about this book was just the emotional roller coaster, and Jessica Verity just did a wonderful job of just taking your emotions all through the ups and downs. And there were many times that I got all teary-eyed. I didn't actually sob, which I was surprised. I figured I would end up sobbing, but just really loved this. It was not a perfect read. There were some little nitpicky problems that I had with the way the story developed, but I really loved the relationship between the mom and the son, like I said, and the way the friends were or were not involved. And how he had to make some big sacrifices and choices during the story. And at one point, he ends up with another love interest, and I thought that was handled just spectacularly. Love the way that was done. So, really love the emotional ride, and if you read for the emotional roller coaster journey, you're going to love this one. So, in that respect, it was right up there with all the right places, and oh, come on, Michelle. The John Green book? Yeah. You know the one I'm talking about. I can't remember the name. I'll put it up on the screen later. Oh gosh, I'm embarrassed. The Fault in Our Stars. Okay, so as far as an emotional roller coaster, this book was right up there with those two, in my opinion. Alright, next up, I read Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, and of course this has been all over BookTube, so I won't say too much about it. This was part of my 2015 Read Harder challenge, and it was in the category of a book recommended to me, and my closest coworker at school recommended this one to me, and I absolutely had a fun time reading it. About 30% and I was like, yeah, this is really good. I'm interested, but there's not much going on, and that quickly changed. And then, of course, halfway through, there was a huge twist, and I was like, okay, this is just so messed up and fun to read about and entertaining, and I absolutely loved it until the last 3 pages. And something about those last 3 pages I just hated, and I was just like, did I read the right book? Is this the one everybody has all hyped up? So I went back and reread the ending because I thought, maybe I read something wrong. No, I didn't read it wrong. So if she had left off like the last 3 pages, I would have thought it was absolutely brilliant and it would have been 5 stars. Something about those last 3 pages just really irked me. I don't even understand why exactly. But anyhow, I ended up giving it 4 stars and had to really think about what it was, and I thought, how would I feel differently if the roles had been reversed, like if he had been in her shoes and she in his, and I don't know. So just fun to think about and a lot of brain candy, but those last 3 pages, I just didn't like the way that ended, and it just rubbed me the wrong way, so I gave it 4 stars. Alright, and the last thing that I read in this book of 3, sorry, one of my cats is using it as a pillow. This was part of Japanese June. I decided to pick this up. When I researched books for Japanese June, I decided I wasn't going to read any Banana Yoshimoto. But I found this in a used bookstore, and I went ahead and picked it up because I thought not only is it not much of a monetary commitment, but this is tiny. Look how little, it's littler than my hand, and it's only about 150 pages, and it's pretty spaced out. There's a lot of white space on the pages, and so I thought, this really can't take up too much of my time, and I'm so glad I ended up reading it. For all of the things that I read for Japanese June, this is tied for my favorite. The two stories included in here are Hardboiled and Hard Luck. And depending who you ask, these are two novellas or two short stories. I don't know. One of them's around 90 pages. The other one is around 60 pages. The first one has some LGBTQ themes and like a ghost story type of a thing going on with it. The second one has just a tiny bit of magical realism, which I'm not the hugest fan of, but I thought it was done beautifully here. Both of these stories have themes of death, and I thought she just played with it and explored that theme with just such a delicate and tender way of going about it. I was just kind of quietly sucked into the book, like just kind of folded into the stories, and I was able to like not even think about my surroundings at the time. I just was really sucked into the story and felt like I was there. Something about the writing and the translation was just perfect for that. So really enjoyed her writing style. Ended up giving this 4 stars, and I would love to pick up something else by Banana Yoshimoto in the future. Possibly one that I saw of hers named Kitchen sounded really good. So anyway, 4 stars for this, 4 stars for all of those. That is a pretty good chunk of reading. So an average of 4 stars, it's hard to beat that at all. So all right, thank you so much for watching. Comment below if you have anything to say about what I've read, or agree with me or disagree with me on any of these points. Thank you so much for watching, and happy reading.